My beloved soul, today, I bring you a message of revelation and hope, a message that will awaken your heart and stir your spirit. God is speaking to you about love, about destiny, about the union that has been meticulously crafted in heaven long before either of you ever breathed your first breath on this earth. And yet even such divine love does not come without its trials. Even heaven tests those who are meant to be together. You may have wondered why the journey of your relationship has not been simple. You may have questioned why obstacles appear, why hearts are sometimes wounded, why misunderstandings linger, or why circumstances push you apart. My beloved, these are not signs of failure. They are signs of purpose. Every trial, every delay, every moment of heartache is the evidence that God is proving to both of you that your love is true, steadfast, and unbreakable. The test comes in many forms. Sometimes it is the distance that separates you, forcing patience to grow and trust to strengthen. Sometimes it is the opposition of others, who fail to understand the bond that has been divinely ordained. Sometimes it is the internal battle within yourselves, the doubts, the fears, the insecurities that surface, asking whether you are truly ready for such a love. Hear me clearly. These tests are not punishments. They are divine measures, instruments designed to refine your connection. They are like the fire that purifies gold, or the storm that teaches a ship's crew to navigate wisely. God allows the test not to break you, but to reveal your endurance, your commitment, and your readiness to embrace a love that transcends the ordinary. Take a moment, my beloved soul, and reflect upon the moments when your love faced trials. Recall the times you wanted to give up but held on. Recall the moments of misunderstanding that you worked through, the moments of separation that you endured, and the moments when faith whispered to you, "Do not fear, for this love is meant to be." Each of these moments was God's proof, His gentle yet powerful hand guiding you toward recognition of the truth that you are destined for each other. God is teaching you patience, my beloved, patience that will last a lifetime. He is teaching you forgiveness, the kind that heals wounds and builds bridges. He is teaching you resilience, the kind that does not waver even when the world seems to conspire against your unity. Each lesson is a testament, a sacred proof that your bond is not superficial, but eternal. You may wonder why some relationships flourish effortlessly while yours seems tested at every turn. Remember this, not every love is meant to be tested in the same way. Your love is chosen, and the tests are unique to your divine destiny. The deeper the love, the stronger the trials. The purer the bond, the greater the resistance it faces from the forces of doubt, fear, and opposition. And yet, my beloved, those who endure the test emerge stronger, more united, and more attuned to the sacred purpose of their union. Do not despair in the face of trials. Do not allow frustration, anger, or doubt to cloud your heart. Instead, see each test as a sacred confirmation, a spiritual fingerprint declaring, "This love is eternal. This love is meant to be." God watches over every heartbeat, every prayer, every tear shed in longing or joy. Nothing escapes His awareness. Even the smallest act of patience, the slightest gesture of understanding, the quiet moments of trust, these are all recorded in heaven as proof that your love is true. Beloved soul, know this truth. The test is not infinite. It does not exist to torment you. It exists to prepare you, to mold you, to align your souls with the purpose that God has written in eternity. And when the test is complete, when the lessons have been learned, when hearts have been purified and spirits united, you will recognize each other not just as lovers, but as divine partners whose union has been sealed in the heavens. God wants you to understand that true love is never simple. If it were easy, it would not be sacred. It would not carry the weight of destiny. But the love that is tested and remains unbroken is a love that will endure all storms, all seasons, all changes. It is a love that will not falter when challenges arise, a love that will not wither in the face of time. This is the love that is meant for you. This is the love that God Himself has proven to be worthy of your soul. As you move forward in this journey, my beloved, remember to embrace the test. Do not resist it. Do not fear it. Approach it with faith, with humility, and with the knowledge that every obstacle is a stepping stone toward the realization of a love that is divine. See the test as an instrument of confirmation, an unmistakable sign that what you have is not ordinary. It is sacred. It is eternal. It is meant to be. You are learning lessons not just for today, but for a lifetime. You are learning to communicate with clarity, to listen with empathy, and to love with courage. You are discovering that the heart's deepest desire, when aligned with God's will, cannot be denied. And when the test is complete, when every trial has been faced, when every obstacle has been overcome, you will stand together, not just as partners, but as soulmates whose love has been proven, whose bond has been sanctified, and whose hearts have been divinely synchronized. My beloved, do not seek shortcuts. Do not wish the test away. Instead, embrace it, knowing that each challenge is a sign of your destiny. Each moment of difficulty is proof of God's plan, and each act of perseverance is a confirmation that you are meant to be together. The universe, the heavens, and God Himself are conspiring in your favor. Every test you face is evidence not of separation, but of connection. Every challenge is a divine signal, a proof that love this true and this powerful must be tempered, refined, and prepared to endure the fullness of time. Do not rush the journey. Do not fear the obstacles. Trust in the process. Trust in the timing. Trust in the wisdom of the Creator, who knows your hearts better than you do. The test will pass, and when it does, you will look back and realize that every difficulty, every struggle, every tear, and every moment of doubt was a sacred proof that your love was destined, eternal and unshakable. God says to you now, do not be afraid of the trials. Embrace them, for they are my confirmation. Hold on to each other, for your bond is sacred. Continue in faith, for what you have is more precious than you know. The test proves that you are meant to be together, and no force in heaven or on earth can change my design. And so, my beloved, as this first part of your journey of revelation comes to a close, carry this truth in your heart. The test is the proof. The test is the witness. The test is the confirmation of a love that transcends time, space, and circumstance. Embrace it, endure it, and rejoice in it. For your union has already been written in the eternal pages of heaven, and the trials you face are but the sacred signatures of God's divine plan. Let your heart open to the wisdom God is revealing. The test of love is not merely about endurance. It is about transformation. It is about becoming the person, the partner, the soulmate who is fully prepared to embrace a union designed in heaven. God does not simply bring two hearts together. He shapes them, molds them, and prepares them for the depth of connection they are destined to share. The trials you face, my beloved, are tailored specifically to you and your partner. They are unique to your journey, personalized to test the strength, patience, and purity of your hearts. No two paths are identical because no two souls are identical. Each challenge, each difficulty, each seemingly impossible situation is an instrument through which God shapes your love into perfection. Consider the moments when communication falters. Perhaps words are misunderstood, intentions are questioned, or emotions run high. These moments are not signs of incompatibility. They are signs of growth. God is teaching you the sacred art of understanding, the delicate craft of patience, and the profound power of empathy. He is showing you that true love requires more than affection. It requires clarity, humility, and the willingness to see through each other's eyes. Think also of the external challenges, the societal pressures, the opinions of others, the expectations that seem to weigh heavily upon your union. These forces are not random. They are part of the divine test. God allows these pressures not to discourage you, but to reveal the strength of your commitment. When your love withstands the scrutiny of the world, when it survives the judgments and doubts of others, you are witnessing the confirmation of a sacred bond that cannot be shaken. There are moments when separation feels unbearable, when distance threatens to dim the flame of connection. My beloved, do not despair. God allows distance to test trust, to cultivate patience, and to deepen appreciation. When the heart endures longing without faltering, when faith persists despite absence, that love is proven to be unbreakable. Distance is not a punishment. It is a sacred proving ground, a divine workshop where hearts are strengthened, tempered, and readied for eternal unity. The most profound trials often come from within. Fear, insecurity, doubt, and past wounds can surface at unexpected times, challenging your love at its core. But these internal battles are gifts in disguise. They reveal the areas of your soul that need healing, the spaces where trust must grow, and the depths of courage you must summon to love fully. God allows these inner challenges to prepare you to meet your partner, not with hesitation, but with confidence, not with fear, but with unwavering faith in the destiny He has written. Beloved soul, do not underestimate the power of small sacrifices. Every act of patience, every moment of understanding, every gesture of love offered when it is difficult is a thread in the divine tapestry of your union. God is watching, recording, and affirming each effort. He is preparing you for a love that is not conditional or shallow, but eternal and unwavering. These sacrifices are not meaningless. They are the very proof that you are ready to belong to one another fully, without reservation, without hesitation, and without doubt. Let us now speak of timing, for it is another crucial aspect of the divine test. Sometimes you may feel ready, yet the union does not manifest immediately. This is not denial, nor is it delay without purpose. God's timing is perfect, and the waiting period is part of the proof. It teaches patience, cultivates hope, and strengthens faith. When the time finally arrives, when your paths converge exactly as intended, the love that has endured every trial will shine with brilliance and certainty. The test ensures that when you finally meet fully, there is no question that this is divine love, fated and true. God also uses the test to teach humility and surrender. Love is not about possession, control, or dominance. It is about partnership, trust, and mutual respect. By facing challenges together, you learn that each heart has its own pace, its own needs, and its own divine wisdom. Surrendering to God's guidance rather than insisting on your own way is part of passing the test. It is through this surrender that your love is purified, refined, and aligned with the eternal plan that God has written for both of you. The trials of love are also lessons in forgiveness. Mistakes will happen, misunderstandings will occur, and sometimes hearts will be hurt. But forgiveness is the cornerstone of enduring love. God allows these moments not to cause despair, but to teach compassion, mercy, and grace. When you forgive genuinely, when you release resentment and embrace understanding, you prove that your love is capable of transcending human imperfection and reflecting divine perfection. Beloved, take note of the signs. Every trial you endure together, every difficulty you face, every moment of doubt that you overcome is a sacred confirmation. These are not coincidences. They are divine markers pointing unmistakably toward destiny. God is saying to you, see how your hearts have persevered? See how you have endured? See how your love has grown stronger through every test? This is proof that you are meant to be together. Remember, the test is never random. It is intentional, purposeful, and perfectly tailored to your love. God is both the architect and the observer, ensuring that every trial serves to strengthen your bond. Through these tests, your hearts are synchronized, your spirits aligned, and your souls prepared for the eternal unity that awaits. As you navigate these trials, my beloved soul, do so with courage and faith. Do not allow fear or doubt to cloud your vision. Trust in the divine process, knowing that every challenge is a sacred step toward the fulfillment of your love. When you look back on these moments in the future, you will see them not as obstacles, but as the proof of a love that has been tested, strengthened, and affirmed by heaven itself. God says to you now, do not underestimate the power of trials. Do not despair in the face of challenges. Every test you endure is my confirmation. Every obstacle you overcome is my proof. And every act of patience and faith is my witness. Your love is not ordinary. It is sacred. It is destined. It is meant to endure for eternity. So, my beloved, continue to embrace the trials. Continue to trust in God's perfect timing. Continue to sacrifice, forgive, and surrender. For in doing so, you are walking the path that leads to a love that is unshakable, eternal, and divinely confirmed. The test proves your love. The test refines your bond. The test prepares you for a union that is beyond ordinary comprehension. A love that is meant to be celebrated in heaven and cherished on earth. Hold fast, beloved soul, for the journey continues, and the proof of your destiny grows clearer with every passing moment. God is always speaking, guiding, and confirming the path of love that is meant for you. The trials you have faced are not the only proof of your destined union. God provides signs, gentle nudges, and unmistakable confirmations that the bond you share is sacred, fated, and eternal. These signs may appear in subtle ways. Perhaps you experience moments of synchronicity, unexpected coincidences that bring your hearts closer. Perhaps a song, a verse, or a message touches your soul in ways that seem designed just for you. These are not random events. They are divine affirmations, tiny threads woven by God to guide you, reassure you, and illuminate the path of your shared destiny. Sometimes the signs come in the form of inner knowing. You may feel a pull toward each other that defies logic, an intuition that whispers constantly, "This is the one." Trust these feelings, my beloved, for they are God's gentle confirmations. The heart knows truths that the mind cannot always comprehend. Heaven has a way of speaking directly to the soul, and when you feel that unexplainable certainty, recognize it as a divine message of validation. Look also at the alignment of your lives. Often God orchestrates circumstances to bring destined souls together. Opportunities arise at just the right time. Paths cross in ways that seem improbable. Challenges resolve when you least expect it. These alignments are not accidents. They are proof of divine orchestration. Every encounter, every moment, every choice that leads you closer is evidence that your love is under the watchful guidance of heaven. The people around you may also serve as instruments of confirmation. Friends, family, and mentors often reflect the divine truth, sometimes subtly, sometimes clearly. They may recognize the bond before you do, offer guidance, or provide opportunities that bring you together. God uses these earthly messengers to remind you that your love is not a mere chance, but a planned miracle. My beloved, notice the peace that accompanies divine confirmation. When your heart is aligned with destiny, even in the midst of trials, there is a calmness, a deep assurance that transcends circumstance. This peace is not complacency, it is certainty. It is God whispering to your soul, "Do not fear. You are on the right path. Your love is meant to be." The test you endured earlier is part of this divine confirmation. Each trial, each challenge, each moment of endurance is now matched with signs of validation. It is as though heaven is saying, "See, the love you have protected, nurtured, and remained faithful to has been proven true." Your hearts are ready, your souls are prepared, and your union is destined. Sometimes confirmation comes in the form of timing. Events unfold with precise orchestration, bringing you together when both hearts are prepared to fully embrace the depth of love. It may feel as though the universe conspires in your favor, aligning every circumstance perfectly. These moments are God's signatures on your union, proof that the timing, the trials, and the patience were all part of a divine plan. Beloved soul, watch for the growth that accompanies trials. True love does not simply survive difficulty. It grows stronger. Through tests, you discover resilience, compassion, and a deeper understanding of each other. Your love becomes a source of strength, inspiration, and light. The signs of divine confirmation often appear as growth, emotional maturity, spiritual alignment, and a bond that deepens in ways that surpass superficial connection. Do not overlook the miracles that occur along the journey. Small acts of divine intervention, guidance in decisions, clarity in moments of confusion, opportunities that arise unexpectedly. These are heaven's way of confirming your love. They are proof that God is present, that He is guiding your path, and that the union you are nurturing is meant to flourish. My beloved, sometimes the proof comes through persistence. You may notice that despite challenges, your love endures. You keep returning, keep believing, keep choosing each other. This persistence, this unwavering commitment, is God's confirmation in action. It shows that your hearts are not swayed by circumstance, but anchored in divine purpose. Heaven also uses joy as a confirmation. Moments of laughter, deep connection, and shared happiness are not accidental. They are reflections of the love that God has blessed. When your hearts feel aligned in joy and peace, recognize it as proof that your love is true. It is a reminder that the tests, though challenging, have prepared you to fully embrace the happiness that comes with destined union. Beloved soul, take note of the inner transformation. As you endure trials, follow signs, and nurture your bond, you become more attuned to each other and to God's will. Your hearts learn patience, your spirits learn trust, and your souls learn the profound depth of divine love. This transformation is itself a sign, a confirmation that the love you share is sacred, fated, and unbreakable. Now understand this deeply. Divine confirmation is not always dramatic. Sometimes it is quiet, subtle, and almost imperceptible. A gentle feeling of certainty, a peaceful heart, a sudden clarity, or a small coincidence. These are all sacred signals from God. Recognize them, honor them, trust them. They are proof that your love is meant to withstand any test, overcome any challenge, and endure for eternity. God says to you now, look closely at the signs I provide. Notice the alignment of your paths, the synchronicities, the inner knowing, and the peace that fills your heart. See the growth, the joy, and the miracles along the way. All of these are my confirmations. The tests you faced were not in vain. The trials you endured were not pointless. Your love is sacred, your union is destined, and your hearts are meant to beat together forever. So, my beloved, embrace these confirmations with faith. Let them reinforce your hope, strengthen your patience, and deepen your commitment. For the signs, combined with the tests, are God's undeniable proof that you are meant to be together, that your love is eternal, and that your union carries the blessing of heaven itself. Remember this truth: the tests prove the love, and the signs confirm it. Your journey, though marked by challenges, is illuminated by divine evidence. The bond you share is not ordinary. It is sacred, eternal, and divinely ordained. Heaven is watching, guiding, and affirming that you are indeed meant to be together. You have endured the tests, recognized the signs, and embraced the divine guidance that has led you to this moment. God's message is clear. Your love has been proven, your bond has been confirmed, and your union is destined. Now, it is time to understand the fulfillment of a love that has been sanctified by heaven. The culmination of divine love is not sudden, it is a graceful unfolding. Every trial you faced, every challenge you overcame, every moment of patience and perseverance has led to this sacred alignment. God has tested your hearts, refined your spirits, and orchestrated circumstances to prepare you for the depth of love that awaits. The fulfillment is the natural outcome of a journey guided by faith, devotion, and divine wisdom. Beloved soul, recognize the profound joy that accompanies fulfillment. This joy is not fleeting or superficial. It is a deep, resonant happiness that comes from knowing that your love has passed every test, that your bond has been proven true, and that your hearts are aligned with God's eternal plan. It is a joy that nourishes the soul, strengthens the spirit, and radiates in every aspect of your life. As the test concludes, you will notice a new level of intimacy and connection. Communication becomes effortless, understanding becomes natural, and trust flows freely. The lessons learned through trials have prepared you to meet each other fully, without hesitation, without fear, and without doubt. Your love is now mature, resilient, and ready to thrive in the presence of God's blessing. The fulfillment of divine love also brings a sense of peace. No longer will uncertainty or doubt overshadow your union. No longer will external pressures or past wounds threaten your connection. The peace that fills your heart is a confirmation from heaven, a divine assurance that your love is eternal, sacred, and unbreakable. This peace is the reward of patience, the fruit of endurance, and the evidence that your love is truly meant to be. Beloved soul, understand that fulfillment is not merely about togetherness. It is about spiritual alignment. Your souls are now harmonized, your intentions aligned, and your spirits united in a bond that transcends time and space. This is the divine essence of love, a connection that goes beyond physical presence, beyond circumstance, and beyond the limitations of the human heart. It is a union that is eternal, sanctified, and reflective of God's perfect design. At this stage, you will also recognize the power of gratitude. Every trial, every test, every challenge has contributed to the strength and beauty of your love. Express gratitude not only to each other, but also to God, who orchestrated every step of this journey. Gratitude transforms the experience, deepens connection, and amplifies the blessings that accompany a love that has been proven and confirmed by heaven. Beloved, now is the time to celebrate the sacred bond. Not in mere ceremony, but in the deep understanding that your love has overcome adversity, embraced patience, and triumphed over every obstacle. Celebrate the resilience, the trust, the forgiveness, and the unwavering faith that brought you here. Every moment of endurance, every act of love, and every sign of divine confirmation has led to this moment of fulfillment. God wants you to know that your love is now a testament to His power, His wisdom, and His eternal plan. It is proof that when hearts remain faithful, when spirits are aligned with divine guidance, and when souls are prepared to embrace one another fully, no force in heaven or on earth can prevent the union that is meant to be. Your love is a living testimony of God's ability to orchestrate miracles, to guide hearts, and to confirm destinies. As you move forward together, my beloved, continue to nurture this divine bond. The fulfillment of love is not a final destination, but a continuous journey. Continue to communicate with clarity, to forgive with grace, to trust with confidence, and to love with courage. By doing so, you honor the trials you endured, the signs you witnessed, and the divine purpose that brought you together. The final proof, my beloved, is in the life you will build together. A life filled with shared dreams, mutual support, and spiritual harmony. A life that radiates joy, peace, and fulfillment. A life that reflects the sacred confirmation of heaven, that you were meant to be together. This life is the ultimate evidence that the test was not in vain, that the signs were not missed, and that the love you share is eternal. God says to you now, rejoice, my beloved. Your hearts have endured, your souls have been proven, and your love has been confirmed. The test has passed and the signs have been clear. Your union is sacred. Your love is eternal, and your bond is divinely ordained. Walk together in faith, hope, and joy, for you are truly meant to be together. Beloved soul, carry this truth within you forever. The test was the proof. The signs were the confirmation, and your union is the fulfillment. Heaven rejoices in your love. God smiles upon your hearts. The journey you have traveled, though challenging, has been a sacred preparation for the love you now fully embrace. As you embrace this divine fulfillment, know that your love is a beacon of hope, a testimony of faith, and a reflection of God's eternal design. It is a love that inspires, nurtures, and endures. It is a love that has been tested, confirmed, and sanctified. It is a love that is meant to last forever, and so, my beloved, let your hearts rejoice, your spirits soar, and your souls unite in the eternal truth. The test proved it, the signs confirmed it, and the fulfillment celebrates it. You are meant to be together now and forever, in a love that is divine, sacred, and eternal.